If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. If you enjoy my main channel content, go to the link in the description to the Spidey Cat.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Game Dude Podcast. I'm Brad.
I'm Spidey.
And we have a Mario Kart Direct tomorrow, but whatever.
Yes, we do.
We can watch that next week.
We're here now.
We've been reacting for a minute.
Yeah, we're here. We're back with just normal stuff.
Yeah, so we were talking about Melee. So to jump in the conversation, I was going to tell Spidey here that...
That's... yeah.
That,
Yes.
Link's... People are putting Link at mid-tier now.
Oh, they are?
Yeah. In
Ooh.
Melee.
So they're finally...
Well, mid-tier
waking
is
up.
in, like, not really mid-tier, but, like...
They're going, like, 15s.
There are people who are saying they think that if someone no-lifes the character, that he could actually win a major someday.
Dude, the amount of damage he does with his, like, regular attacks is enough to knock people out of the stage.
So when you were saying, I was like, dang, Seth.
Yeah, I stuck with Link for...
I mean, I stick with characters. I don't ever pick characters in Melee because they're tier list pick anyway.
The only time I ever want to do a viable thing is just picking Young Link because he's faster. That's the thing. He's a lot faster. Like, if I'm really wanting to be serious with Link, like, actually, like, I'm dead serious.
Is Young Link in Melee?
Yeah, he is. Toon Link's in Brawl, Young Link's in Melee.
Oh. Wow, I just literally... Oh, yeah, you're right. I just never use him ever.
I actually think Young Link is really good. He's fast.
Pretty much everybody thinks Young Link is better.
He's much faster. I don't like that his damage is not as good. Like, it genuinely isn't. Like, he can't knock you out with, like, 2 charge attacks or anything, or he can't knock you out with, like, a couple spin attacks, because the damage on that man is...
Also, people were putting Icy's, like, top tier.
Oh, the Ice Climbers?
Like, not S, but, like, A, basically.
Not surprised, dude.
And I was like, I do have trouble with them.
I can't stand Ice
Because back in the day in
Climbers.
Melee, they could do this thing called wobbling, which was like an infinite grab. So if you got grabbed and then wobble, you're basically guaranteed dead. Like, it was basically a stock. If you were above 40% and they started wobbling you, you're dead, like guaranteed dead.
Yeah, that was weird.
Because I guess under 40, you could mash out of it and like not die.
Also, the recovery was really good. Like, the little grapple thing, they basically could grapple up. It was like Link's hook shot, but it shot upwards instead.
And you got like 2 bodies to worry about instead of 1.
Yep, so if one's down, guess what? You can still fight. As long as it's not the purple
I don't think
one.
I've ever really played them at all.
I did.
Basically, I'm kind of like... Oh, yeah, so he was... Not that I've never played him, but...
Dude, they're fun. I'm not going to lie. Ice Climbers, even when you're not playing
fun,
optimally, they're extremely fun. And they're ridiculous, the damage they can do.
Bug right there? It's a fuzz. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I know. Yeah. So they were saying that. I think it's just funny because people are putting Yoshi
Why?
higher just because, well, he's won a major for one.
I mean, yeah, Yoshi, if we're talking like people who know what they're doing, I don't.
It gets hard with tier lists because it's like people. Like somebody no-lifed Yoshi and got really good with him.
The thing is, I would
I don't
trust.
think Yoshi's bad.
I would trust like a community tier list where they kind of.
Not me.
Because like.
I mean, I get what you're saying.
I
but
guess I'm
most
saying
community
like.
people like are so wrong.
I guess I'm saying like, just get all the pros together, and then have them all rank it, and then, judging by the point scores, the people end up where they're at. You know, like, if the majority says this person's here, and the majority say the other person's there, the guy goes mid-tier. If it's like, oh, this guy sucks.
Like they all
like they all,
vote.
yeah.
There's just so many bad voters.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, I don't think, like, I think anybody can do pretty average. Apparently, a lot of people think that low tiers, like the best low tier is, people even move Ness up. Some people have moved Ness up from very bottom to, like, one above the bottom.
Which is definitely surprising because, dude,
Like,
Ness,
now they just think, they strictly think Bowser's just, like, the worst.
it's hilarious to
Not
think.
I'm going off of HBox's tier list, but
It's funny
a
that
lot of people
people
were kind of agreeing.
people think Bowser's like bad. I'm like, dude. But the funny part is he's
He
like
is
one of the
pretty
funnest characters to ever play in the game. The thing
He
is,
is
like,
fun.
he is a blast to play. Honestly,
but if we were going funness, I think that everybody's ratings would be different.
the highest level, like playing, I don't care for playing as Fox or Falco personally. Like Captain Falcon's at least fun.
Falco is fun. I just think he's hard to play.
I mean, I've never been into the speedy characters, to be honest. Like, even Sheik. I used to love Sheik.
I just
but
love Captain Falco's like drill kick that just knocks you down. Like,
yeah.
if you get the edge guard with the drill kick, it's like the most satisfying because you're just dead.
Captain Falcon's my favorite character. Falco, I think, he might be my favorite high tier character, is Captain Falcon, easily.
Captain Falcon's super fast.
He's super fast, but what I like about him is
super
he
fast.
hits hard. Like the other ones, it takes forever to do damage on people. If you're
Not Falco.
If you're not, like, Fox takes forever.
Well, Fox
dude.
has the best up smash in the game. He can kill from like the lowest percent.
Yeah, I don't know. For some
But I know
reason,
what
he
you mean.
never-
Like
he
the
never
rest
felt
is like
good to me. Like,
my
the
thing
rest
is Sheik hits doesn't hit very hard.
Yeah, Sheik doesn't hit very hard, but like he kind of
Although Sheik was someone I wanted to play for a while, I just couldn't kill anyone.
she kind of balances it out with like the fact that she like, dude, some of them moves, man, some of them moves, like that bottom kick thing, she does like a little spin. It freaking does nuts. The up teleport thing, if you hit someone with it, it's pretty wacky.
Dude, Sheik's super good. I am not saying Sheik is bad.
But
by any
also,
means.
it's like
Sheik's amazing.
It's like I used to think she was one of the funnest characters. Now I'm just kind of like,
I think she's very fun.
yeah.
I just like wasn't very like.
For me, it's
she's
like,
one of the people that I could actually hit a lot of stuff in the air with.
Yeah, air comboing with.
But I
Sheik is
couldn't.
pretty-
Like I couldn't. I just had a hard time killing people, and I would die fast. I mean, I suck.
Marth is. I'll say Marth is actually objectively good. Marth is objectively good.
I think Martha's basically the best in the game besides Fox.
Marth is objectively good. I've tried his grab. You don't need to be a Smash Pro to do that grab.
No, his grab is he has one of the farthest ranges with his grab.
It's insane. And then freaking Falcon has this move. It's like a flash or something where he can instantly kill
Captain
you.
Falcon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's insane.
You mean like the grab where he goes on the other side
Yep.
and it's like explodes you?
Immediately kills you. There's this move. I don't know
Like
what
what
it is.
percent though? I don't think it does
Any
right away.
percent.
There's no
There's
way.
this move. I don't remember what it's called, but it's
You're talking
like
about when he grabs you in the air on the other side and blows you up.
it's a different one. It's like
Okay, because that is not an
it's a
instant
different
kill
one.
every
There's
time.
a crazy move he can do. I've never done it.
Because that's basically like you're saying he has a rest,
it's
which is
whatever it is insane. I've seen it, dude.
We'll have to look into it.
Yeah, it's
after the podcast.
it's nuts, dude. I don't remember what it's called, but it was insane.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It's like it's like this.
And an insta kill at 0?
It was an insta kill for me, dude. At 0. Every time I saw people do it, it was like whoosh, instant.
Oh,
death.
you mean the knee?
Yeah, the knee. The knee is what I'm talking about.
Oh,
The knee is like insane.
okay.
Drives me nuts.
Yeah, that can kill you. That can knock you far. I don't think it's an insta kill every time.
But it basically was.
Dude,
for
the
me.
knee was sick.
And it's the most ridiculous thing, and I got so mad every time people brought it out when I did that at first. When I saw that, and then I was like, I don't really care. And I just played. And
I think people call it the gentleman,
the gentleman, nice.
but I can't remember.
They also have the sex kick. I mean, that's pretty cringe.
Falcon kick. Yeah, Captain Falcon's cool. He's really cool. He used to be one of the persons I thought looked the coolest. Like I thought he looked cool.
And what's funny is he has all these like moves, but they're not even in his actual game, like F-Zero. I don't know how you do the moveset for these people when
I don't know. They did a good job. He's sick.
it's just weird. It's the same with Ganondorf, like Captain Falcon. clone.
Ganondorf is where I was watching HBox's tier list. Like I said, he's where they think that they're like, if you're better than Ganondorf, if you're equal to or better than Ganondorf, he thinks you can win a major. So he had a Ganon tier where it was like, he says if you're equal or better than Ganondorf, he thinks it's potential for you to win a major.
So he must think.
He says if you're worse than Ganondorf, he doesn't think you can win a major.
So basically, Ganondorf is just like a barometer for
To him.
tournament. Yeah.
To him, yeah. Which I thought was an interesting way of putting it because it put it in perspective of like, okay, well, I know what Ganondorf can do, and I get it. Like, he's not the worst.
No, he's not the worst. No.
And he's kind of dangerous if you let him get in with you
Oh.
and hit you, because he could hit hard.
His damage, his damage might be some of the, like, all his moves are damaging, not just one single move. Every single move he has.
Yeah.
Every single, like, side B, down B, everything, up B, every single move does massive amounts of damage. And I feel like, if I'm going to be honest, I'm shocked that someone hasn't found a way to make him, like, insane in tournaments.
There are people who main him. I think he has potential.
Because, dude,
That's
the
the crazy thing about Melee, though, is, like, now DK's higher up. Like, even.
freaking DK.
Just because that Junebug guy, it's not just because of him, but Junebug only played DK for, like, less than a year, and he almost won. He got, like, super high up in a major. That's nuts. Which then it just shows, like, dude, if you practice matchups and drill them out, like, I'm not saying everybody has a chance, but maybe.
But some people, here's the thing, it's possible to get in. Now, once you're facing Mango in a tournament or whatever, HBox, any of those people, you're kind of at a point where
these days, but
well, yeah, I mean, dude, the guy has to retrain himself to
he
get
gets
back
bored.
in.
He, like, yeah.
Shows up drunk.
He doesn't, not anymore.
But that was like,
he
oh
did for
my
a while.
gosh, dude.
He did
And
for a while.
sometimes he still won.
Yeah, I mean, I think for a while he was just so much better than everybody for a while that, like,
And then the people.
besides, I mean, Armada really kind of clapped him up for a while. But
He's like the speedrunners, dude. You stay at the bottom, you think you're at the top,
HBox clapped him up for a while too, honestly. But
and then you go down, 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 down.
then Mango does the same thing. He wins a bunch in a row. Then he's like, I can kind of coast. And then he still does pretty good even while he's coasting. Then he starts not winning for a while, and he's like, okay, I got to win again. And then he dominates for a little bit, and then he...
I mean, dude, he's acting like a speedrunner.
I mean, I think Mango...
You just sit there.
I think Mango is the best.
When he's at his top form.
When he's in his top form, I think Mango's the best. I think
Well-
Mango is the best player of all time. He's the
Which-
greatest of all time.
It's just interesting.
There's a
to
lot of
me-
people that would argue that, though. They think Armada's the best.
or HBox or whatever his name is.
HBox. HBox did win Genesis, which was awesome this year. Because he hasn't won in a long time, but he's been practicing, so it was cool to see him win one finally.
I ask this all the time, but why the frick is his name Hungry Box?
I don't know. He's explained it before, but I don't
Like
remember.
what?
I mean, he likes to eat. He does. He says that.
So
So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think that has something to do with it, but
HBox.
but yeah, that was yeah, I just think Mango's undisputed best in Melee. Like, personally, I don't care if he's losing that, like you just don't see stuff when he's, like, on fire, like in Super Saiyan mode. You just
He's
don't
actually
see
really good.
things like it. It's
He's
like
actually really good.
it's like, oh,
Yeah, the
you are
flashiness.
like these. He can make top players look like chumps, and it's just like, oh, that's these days that's crazy if you do that.
So would you say he's the Magnus of the Magnus Carlsen of the Smash world?
Yeah, I guess it's hard because Magnus is like the undisputed, no doubt in the world best.
Oh
of
yeah,
all time.
that's true. That's
So
true.
Mango, it's like there are arguments against him. Magnus is like there is no arguments against Magnus being the top.
Yeah, and then
Not one person is going to say someone besides Magnus is the best.
and then the tournament kicks him out because of the jeans thing.
Yeah, which is
It's like, dude,
hilarious.
it's chess, man. It's not like
The drama in chess. Whenever there's drama in chess, it's so funny.
I don't even pay attention, to be honest. But
Like, like when he beat Hans and then
Oh,
he
yeah.
slammed his king down on the board. I was like, oh, so tough. Ooh.
yeah, no, they don't get out much.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, to them, chess is like everything.
And it is. I mean, they've spent how many years, which
It just feels like to gamers, it's not as, they don't get as, That's where like I think the difference is chess is taken a lot more seriously to the chess players.
Yeah. Oh,
whereas
dude,
gaming,
that's-
it's like the game. A lot of people who play Melee are like, oh yeah, it's just like a dumb game, but I love it.
There have been some guys I've seen who've been pretty.
No, they are, but it's not like
No,
people
it's
in
not like
chess
they're
think it's like
angry.
the biggest deal.
No, dude.
Another thing that chess people do is they love to like emote so much when they know someone makes a mistake.
It's called ego. It's called
Like-
ego, dude.
Like I watch Hikaru look at a board. It's not even his game. He's just up from his game looking at somebody else's board, and he'll be like, I'm like, dude, relax. You don't have to like show us that you know someone made a mistake.
Yeah, dude.
Like we know you're good.
Hikaru's. Here's the thing.
But he's not the only one who does that. though.
no. I agree with you.
Like they always are like
a lot
so irritated when somebody makes a mistake. They're like,
a lot of chess pros are very egotistical. I mean, that's kind of their
That's
thing.
another-
dude.
that's what I'm
their
saying.
thing. I mean, dude, that's kind of like
that's what I'm
chess
saying.
was born to have that. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it was born to have.
That's
that.
what I'm saying. It's like, yes, that's the big difference. Is video games is like people are like, dude, it's video games. Chess, although it is a game,
Yes,
people take it as like
It is
very
like
serious.
to them, it's a craft, and that's how
Yeah.
it's viewed. And to gamers, it's just a game. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
yes,
It's just a game.
Exactly.
And obviously, you should have that mentality for both. But chess sadly invites that. That's unfortunately the biggest side effect.
I
of
don't
it.
mind. Like it is what it is. It
Eh,
keeps things entertaining. I'm
yeah.
just saying that it's to them chess is end all or be all.
Yeah.
To
yeah.
gamers, like I feel like a lot of even the good high gamers are like, oh, I get over it. Like
Yeah.
I lose, I get over it.
But what's hilarious about it is like,
There's like a lot more humble attitude.
oh
I feel
yeah,
like.
but dude, it's also. I don't know where chess was founded as well. Like
Yeah.
the thing is, part of me wonders if it was like, and this is not me trying to say anything about like other countries and stuff, but like when I look at, I mean, gaming's pretty freaking American, dude. It's pretty American in terms of it's like the way it is. Chess is like, chess feels like it came from like a foreign country. Personally, it feels like that.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
Like
It's
an
probably
ancient-
European.
It's like European, and for some
It's
reason,
definitely not an American game.
it's like when you see French people in like a baking show. They're very like, I love them, but they are extremely pretentious, and that is usually a fact.
You're not wrong.
And like I feel like when something comes from another country, people are like highfalutin about it, and
I mean, chess has like a classy.
it does.
I'm not saying it's classy.
No.
Like I'm not saying objectively that it's classy. I'm just saying that it has this air of like, oh yes, this is where
Yes.
the intelligent people play their game.
Even though it's just a game where you study crap.
Yeah, and it's very fun. Like,
It's
chess
fun,
is very fun.
yeah.
It's a great game. I understand why it's been around for so long.
Oh, agreed.
I'm just saying, and there's a lot of rich. There was like, some people just respect it too much, almost. Like some of the chess players are like, when I've been listening to chess podcasts, and when the grandmasters are talking about chess, I'm like, it's like they act like that people who are better than them deserve like some sort of respect. They're like, oh, I respect the craft so much, like I would never disrespect the grandmaster. Blah blah. I was like, why? Like, who cares? You
yeah.
can disrespect whoever you want. I don't. You
It's
should
like
be polite.
it's
I'm
like
not telling you to
Kasparov and
disrespect
stuff. Like, I mean, dude, there's a air of
He's like, oh, this person was like, oh, I care so much about what these other grandmasters think about me. So when I got accused of cheating, I was like, my world was crushed. I'm like, yeah, but if you're not, who cares?
it's called. I mean, dude, it's called the thing of putting stock too much into something.
He's like, I went to this Russian school of chess. Like, he went to school, a chess school in Russia.
Yeah, you
I was
wasted
like-
your money, dude.
I'm sure he had cool experiences. If you love something, I'm sure that was probably a blast.
Yeah,
But I'm saying, like, the way you talk about it is like you were a wizard and went to Hogwarts.
I mean, dude,
and,
that's
like, we're
what-
muggles. And
that's
you're
how
like,
it is, man. That's how it is.
and you're like-
sadly.
I don't know.
It's how it is now. It's interesting though. At the same time, at the same token, it's like there's like both sides have this weird thing. Like the gamer pros are hilarious. They're like the most dude bro thing I've ever seen.
Especially Melee.
Now I will say there's a point where they reach like dude bro status of straight degen. Like degen
right.
more than degen. It's like it's weird. Like you have the other side of the spectrum where they're more inviting, but they're also like insanely degen. But then you have the pretentious side, which is like so arrogant, but like they act like they're so classy, like wizards.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, the people that were wizards for chess, the only wizard of chess is one, the guy who made it, and the first couple pros from the beginning. Those guys were wizards.
Dude, Magnus is.
Well, I'm saying this because yes, Magnus is the rare wizard, but I'm saying like the guys who started out and made pro chess, like
I get what you mean.
Built
They didn't have. We copied their ideas now.
Paul Morphy, Bobby Fischer.
Yeah, they were like the pioneers.
Even Kasparov and all those people. Like those guys watching their games. I used to be, you know, those games are insane, dude. Think about it. Think about how they did it. They had to send notes to each other.
Yeah, I know.
From mail to continue their games. They were really devoted to the point where they could just, it doesn't matter how far you are, I'm playing a game with you, or I'm going to that country, to that tournament, to play this game.
Yeah, I know. I mean, people travel now.
They do, but there was something about it back then, I'll say. I'm not saying it's better. I think, obviously, Magnus would curb stomp every single one.
Yeah, but
he's
had a lot more. He grew up in a time that was a lot easier to learn.
Yes,
too.
That's true. But it's like...
So in that way, I get what you mean. But Magnus is like a wild man. That dude is like, he goes off of what he's learned, too. Like, he doesn't even...
Oh, yeah, dude. He's insane.
I don't even understand. So in his way, but even Magnus, he's got an ego. But
dude, he's got it. Yeah.
But he's like, I'm not a genius. People ask me if he thinks he's a genius. He's like, I'm not a genius. He's like, I'm just really good at chat. Like, I'm just really good at this one thing.
And I think he acknowledges that, which is funny. It's like most. This is the thing. Everyone's got the ego, but like, and look, Hikaru is a great player. I love the guy. But there is something about him. I don't know what it is.
I like him. I do like him
too, but there is something.
But he seems a lot douchier than Magnus.
He does. Like he's very.
Once again, don't know the guy. All assumptions.
Yes, all assumptions. But from the chess playing standpoint, it's like
he's one who over exaggerates his facial expressions.
He's got this like. He's got something there. Even though the funny part is he actually did do a lot for chess, like with the whole Twitch streamer thing where he's like getting people in. Yeah. He did a lot for chess, but he also like the rivalries in chess are super lame. I'm just gonna be honest on all fronts. I think they're the lamest.
How often do the people behind like so Hikaru is like number 2.
Yeah.
How often is this guy beating Magnus? Pretty much never.
No.
And even if he does, he knows he's not better than Magnus.
No.
So he's basically like permanently number 2. So you're basically just like pushing and pushing. Don't get me wrong.
No, I
number
agree.
2 is a great feat. Like you should be proud. It's not top 100. You should be proud. Like it's not a matter of like. I don't even know. Like, when does Magnus stop being number 1? When his mental dwindles? When he gets bored? Like, when he's done playing? Like, when he just doesn't want to play
When he
anymore?
pulls a Bobby Fischer and disappears from existence? Disappears from the
it's like,
eye?
I just don't see, like...
Probably then.
I just don't see a player
ever
being better than him.
No, I think that's what you get sometimes. But I did want to,
which is cool.
Oh, agreed. I have a massive respect. I have respect for some of the GMs.
I have respect for all of them.
Some of the GMs, I think there are some. Actually, what's funny is international masters can be even worse than GMs with ego. Believe it or not,
I don't know what's the
some
difference.
have straight up called out like
is IR. What is that? Is
like
that lower
international masters? Yeah, they're like one step below.
Grand.
And they have even some have even bigger. They will go to streamers or talk about how they have no talent. And yes, that's true. But at the same time, it's like, dude, you play a board game. Like
yeah,
it's like you play a board game. It's an awesome board game, but you are acting like you are any different than they are, and you're a streamer too, so you just play a board game.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you calling this guy out, when you're acting like...
Yeah.
He's saying you have a negative talent in life. I think it was about like
the
XQC.
older guy?
Yeah, Ben Fingold is
That
his
guy's a
name or
tool.
something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That guy is like the worst.
He
of the worst,
is the
though.
worst of the entire bunch because he's like going out to people and calling them out like they're terrible. It's like, dude, you are the same thing, man.
Yeah, it's
You're also not even a GM.
It's a board game.
You shouldn't brag anyways, but
True.
you're not even a grandmaster.
Like, not even top of the top.
No, you're pretending like you're...
Dude, you're saying someone's negative talent's like he didn't play chess before. So what? Of course he's bad.
He's like, yeah, he's just...
That's an annoying thing. That's one thing that I don't. I understand being better than someone and
Yes.
feeling good about that,
But it's like...
but keep it to yourself.
Yes, I agree.
Like, somebody being new at something is gonna be bad. If you don't think he's bad, you're an idiot then.
Yes, you
Like,
have to...
You started somewhere too, though, buddy.
Yeah, it's like you were
Maybe
not
your
good
starting
either.
point was you understood it faster, but
Yeah.
not everybody's gonna be that way.
And that doesn't make you, like, better.
He also was mad that everybody was being... All these new players were coming to chess anyway.
Which is weird. It's like, dude, why are you gatekeeping this?
Yeah, I know.
This is chess, dude. They're not ruining chess. In fact, I'd say that new players are improving chess. It's the opposite with video games, where new players come in and then leave, and then developers are like, oh.
Yeah. I do
like-
feel like people who start playing chess like pretty much always play it. They maybe don't play it all the time.
Yeah, they always play it at
'Cause
some
I've-
point.
As much as this is going to make it sound like I have any grasp on what I'm doing, I've played chess since I was like a kid. In the sense of like every once in a while I'll play it and like go through a phase where I'm playing online a little bit.
Yeah, no, I grew up,
But I'm terrible. Like I'm not good, and I understand everyone's going to be humble about it and be like, "I'm terrible, I'm
Yeah.
terrible, I'm terrible." But I truly mean.
Same
I'm like
here,
under
dude.
1,000 balls.
Oh, same here, dude. I'm like 800. I'm terrible.
Um,
And I'm literally terrible, and I drop below that. That's the thing. I fluctuate so much.
one thing that's interesting is I never forgot how to play it though.
Well, it's
Because I remember when I was a kid, one of my friends, I remember getting taught how to play. I think I was like, I don't know. I might have been like 11 or something. Maybe even 10. I might have been younger. Maybe even 9. I might have been even
Yeah.
younger. But I
I
remember
got
like
in, late into chess.
I remember like
late.
my buddy had it, and I knew how to play checkers, and he was like teaching me how to move all the pieces, and I literally from that one day never forgot how to move all the pieces, not once. I'd never been like, So like it hasn't been because there are some people who like have to learn it now.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
like, wait,
dude.
how do these pieces move?
How do these pieces move? I mean, the second when Matt explained it to me, I was like, okay, I get this, and then I just started moving around. It took me a bit to get the knight because his weird, like what to
The
do with the
Ls?
knight because of
Yeah.
how weird his movements were.
I know.
I used to think that was a terrible piece, even though in some ways it's one of the best defensive pieces
It's
you could
awesome.
ever have.
Yeah.
Especially for the early game, it's one of the best.
It's like you're kind of okay to sack it.
Yeah,
You can put pressure with it.
it's okay to sack it because you're not getting rid of the bishops. You know, you don't get rid of the bishops because those diagonals are insane. You don't get rid of those. Those guys, if you double those
always feel
bishops
bad
up,
when I lose those.
never give up the bishop unless it's for, like you said, like off podcast.
You win.
Yes.
Unless you win.
Unless you
from it.
win. And usually the bishop's the one that doesn't go in. They're usually at the back of the board coming out, and they don't
Yeah.
go up.
You just got to have them as backline to
Guard.
support whoever's going being aggressive, basically.
Yep, like the queen. The bishop-queen combo is the most beautiful thing ever. That's why this, like I said, dude, I bring it up all the time, but the Scholar's Mate, even not the Scholar's Mate, any situation, the bishop,
Yeah, but the Scholar's Mate is like, you have to be
it is the most,
so bad.
it's the most dumb thing
Not
you
bad
can
because
ever pull.
I am bad, and
Oh,
I
same
could
here,
easily
dude.
fall for
Same.
it.
I've fallen for it too.
But it's like once you do, it's like, okay, that
it's
shouldn't
like,
be happening.
how is this happening again? And it's just
I know that you've done it.
Everyone, I did it
Bunch
like
of times in a
6
row.
times one night just because I was just in the mood to just mess around, and it was
I'm
so
just saying
fun.
that's crazy
And it was hilarious.
that happened.
It was hilarious to see that happen. Logically, you would never actually do like if you were like actually seriously playing the game, you would never bust that out. You would never bust that out. So it's just the troll move. That's all it is. It's all it is.
Yeah.
And I remember watching a chess master describe it like, I used to play chess with my dad when I was younger. This was a guy who I think became a GM. Chess Network, that was the channel. And the guy was like, or he might have been an IM, whatever those were. And he was like, I used to whoop this out of my dad every time. And then he would be like, dude, it's never going to work. You're never going to succeed. You'll never beat me with this. And he never won with the Scholar's Mate, ever. His dad kept constantly winning every time.
Yeah, I mean, the Scholar's Mate is so easy to
It
not
is
get
the-
hit by.
It is the punk move.
I've been hit by it a couple of times. Like, I'm not saying like
No,
I'm above
dude,
that.
it is the
But I'm saying, like, first time it happened, I didn't really understand what happened. I was like, oh, I lost fast, whatever. And then I like, just brushed past it. Second time it happened, I was like, whoa, this is like a move, clearly.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, okay. Then it didn't happen.
You have to just not be paying attention.
But it
That's
could
the
happen to
only
me
reason.
now.
Oh,
I'm not
same.
trying to say I'm immune to
Oh,
it.
same.
I'm just saying that, like, you should recognize it's
But-
happening at a certain point.
Well, you also have to freaking pay attention. Like, dude, are you not looking at the pieces? Like,
When I play chess, I'm usually like, it's very relaxing for me.
yes.
So, and when I'm playing like not super high time, like half an hour or whatever.
Yeah, that's fun.
Even 10 minutes is like not terrible.
Yeah, that's when you're.
I'm
at
still
a-
gonna mess up and suck, but like 30 minutes, I shouldn't be messing it. Like I shouldn't be having too much.
because
trouble.
you have time to
Like-
think things out.
It's kind of nice too because you lose and it's like a full loss. It's like, well,
Yep, I basically sucked. And also, you can come back. Here's what's nice: even
You
when
can come back, that's
especially
true.
at the low level where I'm at and you're at, it's like even though you
Exactly.
lose a big piece, you
because I
can
feel like
come
the
back.
stuff that people are the worst at our level is that end game.
No, they
not
can't.
is that closing out the games.
Yeah, they can't finish.
We're all terrible at that.
They can't finish, and it's like I'm not saying like, oh, I can finish, but I'm saying like there are some guys where I'm like, okay, dude, you have me dead to rights, man. You have every bit of material, and somehow I still claw my way out of the mud.
That's what I'm
pit
saying.
that I
People just
made
don't
for
know how to do it.
myself.
That's what I'm saying. Some people just don't know how to do it.
It
They
doesn't
don't know how
even
to
make-
close out.
Doesn't even make any sense to me because I'm like,
Makes sense to me. I've had so many times where I
Oh,
should
same,
be able to
dude.
close out. and I
Same,
can't.
same too. But I'm like, dude, I'm literally being an idiot. Basically,
yeah.
I'm being stupid, and it's like, how am I losing this? I mean, how are you not seeing this? And I've done that too, dude. I've blundered so many pieces, but it's just the low rank chess games are so funny, man. It's like how you describe like
Which
bronze.
is what we do all the time. Is low rank chess games.
Yeah, because and honestly, I'm glad I'm at the rank I'm at. I don't have this massive desire. to
You're
get
at the rank
higher.
you're supposed to be at.
Yeah, and it's like,
You can be at this rank your whole life as long as you're having fun. Like,
yeah,
who cares?
and that's what I do, and that's the thing. That's why some days I go for the 30-minute game. Some days I just don't care and just want to mess around with people. I'm a troll in terms of the way I play chess sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's fun. And, yeah, like, it's... But I like to relax, so, like, sometimes I'm not even looking at all my moves. I'm, like, kind of half
Yeah,
looking, like, I'm pretty sure this is safe.
and then
Then it gets taken, and you're like, oh, crap.
or sometimes you're extremely confident, and then like I said this off podcast.
I don't think I've ever been confident.
I've had moments where I'm like, dude, man, I've done this move. I've got him on the ropes. I got this. You know, this game could be over. And then queen's gone. Like, oh, I didn't notice that bishop. Oh, I didn't notice that rook. Oh, I didn't notice this. It's like, well, you should have noticed, my man.
Yeah. One thing that's nice is that with the computers is the analysis it does.
Oh, yes.
Because at chess.com, it literally has someone talk to you. Like, it has, like, AI voices now. where it's like, oh, you should have done this here, but instead you did. And it's, like, really nice because it walks you through every single
Move after
move. Because the first game I did, I didn't have any blunders, but I had misses, and I was like, oh. And there, a lot of it was just like me, like a pawn was hanging, and I just didn't notice it because I'm not focused on that.
You're not thinking, oh, this material, because pawns, dude. Pawns are the one thing that people always freaking, I swear, pawns are the things people underestimate the most.
I know they can do
dude.
a lot.
They for value of your, like, people treat pawns like they're cannon fodder, but in some ways they're your lifeblood. They are your lifeblood. If those things are gone, you're dead. If those things are gone, you're dead.
Yeah.
You will not survive.
Yeah.
They will kill you instantly. If you don't have a wall around your king, he's basically dead.
Yeah.
I know that sounds obvious, but when you're playing, you don't think about it.
No, I'm really just like when I'm making moves, most of the time I'm not thinking about how that's going to affect my king.
No.
I'm just like, okay, am I going to get checkmated right away? No, fine. Like, if I'm even thinking that. But
have you seen The Fool's Mate?
Yeah,
dude, that is the worst way to go out, man.
I've lost to it for
single move. Or like two, technically, but
there's a lot of stuff like. My thing is, I get a one-track mind with pieces. So if I'm moving my knight up, I'm like, oh, I'm going for a fork, 100%. So let me strategize to make it so I can get a fork. It's like, you shouldn't really be playing with one game plan in mind.
You need to be thinking, okay, so how am I going to tear this guy's wall down?
My thing is, though, is how do you, like, besides the opening, then what? You know what I mean? It's like...
That's basically how everyone describes it.
Because the mid-game is like, okay... The mid-game is like, I swear, for me, it's like I'm just moving pieces around, kind of hoping I can trick them into doing something.
Dude,
and then the end... And then I actually have an easier time when things are more developed later, where you're like, okay.
Yeah, in some ways, like, people play too aggressive in some ways, especially at this rank. It's like, dude... When you play aggressive, especially at the beginning...
Dude, it's funny because it's exactly how I play in every game. I'm so aggressive.
I've been aggressive as well.
In fighting games, I'm so aggressive in chess.
Sometimes...
And maybe think... Literally, I think of them side by side like Melee and chess. I'm thinking about them side by side where I'm like, Melee? I get my nards kicked half the time because I'm just constantly going in. I'm not trying to space them out. I'm not waiting to see what they do. I'm not using my shield. I'm just like going in, trying to hit.
And you have to...
And the whole time the person's just like, oh, you're not even switching up timing? Okay.
It's like being aggro, especially, dude, in chess, being too aggro is like, you have to be in the middle where it's like you're defensive, but you're also aggressive.
Yeah.
But if you're like any of the sides, castling can get you checked in some instances, even though I love castling. If you're waiting...
That's one thing I don't understand.
If you're waiting that long...
I know it's like when you switch places with your rook, right?
Yeah, it is. You have to like move the bishop up and then slap. I forget. I'd have to...
Yeah, I'd have to look. That's something that I just don't understand how to do. That's one thing that I've always been like... slacking on.
Castling is important though, because at least at the beginning of the game, everyone does that. Everyone does that because if you don't do that, king's getting checked probably, because there are many ways to believe me, I've had people move their knights to the front of my rank, and I've done it to them as well, very rarely. And then I've actually taken the queen at the beginning with a fork because the king is right next to it.
Dude, I'll never forget. It's kind of what got me into chess again in the first place. I mean, I drop in and out of it.
Yeah, same.
But I'm saying the first time I'm like, oh, I might play this some more. Was when we played and you did that knight,
the forking thing, and then I taught you.
And you were like using your knights like crazy, and I was like, I've never.
Yeah, I'd never touched knights.
I was like, I've always just not really used those. Like, especially getting him out first was like never, which is like one of the best things to do.
Dude, it's one of the best things you could do.
So when you were doing that, and I remember, of course, at first I was annoyed because you were like boning me. But then you taught me how to do the opening and like what you were doing once I stopped being a douche. And was like, oh yeah, this is actually not like fun. I mean, I still lost, but it was like at least I knew how to use them.
It's
more.
because like I mean, dude, I
That
felt
got me
the
back
same
into it
way
because I was
about
like, whoa, I didn't even know these pieces. Obviously,
Dude.
I'm an idiot. Obviously, they can do something.
forking. Yeah, dude, that's how I felt when I first started with knights. I was
But yeah,
like,
when you forked me, I was like, wait a minute. You get my rook for free. Like,
yep,
for free.
dude, I still. And the saddest part is,
And the pieces in the horse, the knight's safe, and then can wreak havoc in there.
and the saddest part is the amount of times, even to this day, that happens, is a lot.
The only thing is,
It's a lot.
it's hard because if they don't move their pawns up, you can't really do it.
Yeah,
Without because if you go for the fork position, they just capture the pawn.
yeah, that's true. But
not that it doesn't happen because I did it.
dude, the
Like
amount
you did it to
of-
me.
the amount of people
you
that
did it
have
to me
done
multiple times, as a matter of fact.
it's coming from a guy who's had it happen so many times and still do to this day. They are so. Some people can sneak that fork in like there's
Yeah.
nobody's
I also
business.
just realized because if you can fork, and then you're safe from that rook position, you can then put the king in check. Well, that's not necessarily true because the bishop's there. It just all I'm saying is it opens other stuff where your knight now covers a certain square for you to move in as well, that's not something I usually think about. Where I'm like, oh, this area is safe, so I can put him in check and he can't capture me or whatever. Like,
yeah, and
that's
you
how you
think
get the
that
check.
in your head, and then it's like there's a lot more. There are so many combinations to get a checkmate. The double bishops, the frickin', like I said, the queen bishop,
Yeah.
the frickin' two knights for checking.
Even knights. Yeah, knights. You're saying
Yeah,
knights.
it's like all these pieces, like everything has value. And when I mean value, I mean like value is in
Yeah.
like higher. Some things do have higher priority. Some things do. Queens do have
But,
the highest,
like I said, the puzzles. I'm getting so many where it's like
but some
you're using your pawns.
some you have to.
So basically, one thing that the puzzles helped too so much is looking at all your pieces, not just focusing
Yeah.
on. Obviously, not hyper examining everyone,
No.
but just making note of like, okay, this is what I have. This is where his king is. Like, just looking at your lines instead of being like, because I'm always like, well, where's my queen? That's my first thought. How can I win with that? Then I'm like,
Yeah, no, that's never
bishops.
winning with
How do I win
queens.
with that? Like rook. How do I win with it's like I go off those pieces, but it's like, but pawns too.
Here's the thing, bro. Pawns, you've got to use those pawns defensively at the beginning of the game, because if you don't, if you just send them out there, which I've been so guilty of, sending those pawns out there and they get gobbled up,
Yes, they do.
gobbled up, and you're doing
Gobble,
nothing
gobble.
with them. You're doing nothing with them.
Yeah. No, you're right. I'm not. Pretty much. It's usually it's like I don't
Gobble,
know what to
gobble.
do, so I'll move a pawn. So then they have to make a move, and I can react off that. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Let me move my pawn, so I'm kind of hanging back, and then I can see what they do. Basically, that's what I do with my pawns. Most of the
They
time.
gobble you. They turkey slap you, as you said. They take you and they destroy you.
Yeah.
And they basically say, hey, you're basically ignoring this, and it's extremely easy to see this.
Yeah.
I'm going to punish you because your pawn walls are weak. Now, if you triple up those pawns, you have a deadly weapon. Like a deadly, like a wall of pawns,
Yeah.
like one on one,
Yes,
like
that's what I'm saying.
diagonally.
Because then it's like you can't do anything about it, really.
No, you can't. In fact, once you get to that point, in some ways, the game's over. Because if the pawn management is so good, your pieces don't matter. It doesn't matter how good your pieces are. Doesn't matter that you have a knight. Doesn't matter that you have all these fancy pieces. In some ways, pawn structure is the most important thing.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's the most. You have the most amount of those.
Yeah, but for some reason in your head, you're like you said,
course.
you're
I'm
like,
like,
nah.
I use them
same
when I
here.
don't know what to do to make the other person move. That's literally, I'm like, okay, like I don't have an aggressive move here. Let me like move my pawn to see if he messes something up or something. Basically,
Yeah, it's very much a poor.
my thought is, I'm assuming that the best chess players always have a reason to move every single piece.
Oh yeah, every single time.
So it's like that is hard for me to grasp. Where I'm like, whoa, every move you make is like you have another, like there's a reason.
Oh, especially when...
'Cause sometimes I'm just like I said, I'm just like, let me move this out. Like, I don't know what to do. We'll see what happens.
Especially when I've tried to study lines.
So really, I need to be like, every move I make needs to be,
You have
after my
to-
opening, needs to be like
Purposeful.
purposeful.
Every single one.
And if you can
dude.
get in a habit of that, I feel like that's a good place to start.
And the hardest part about that is, in some ways, if you actually want to, you kind of have to study lines. What counters this line? What counters this opening? What counters that?
Yeah.
You have to study. And not just the opening.
That's another thing where puzzles come in, though.
You have to study the entire game if you really want to.
No, I know. But puzzles help, too, where, like,
Oh,
sometimes I'll have
dude,
the same type of checkmate in a
Yeah.
different way, and I'm like, oh, I recognize it.
For
a lot
checkmates,
faster.
for end games, I think puzzles are some of the best.
Which is the place I don't understand. I don't understand all of it, but...
Oh, same here, dude. I don't understand. If you want me to be honest, man, the
It just makes me realize the amount of times I've probably missed checkmates online
is
is
insane. Oh, dude.
insane.
Join the club, man.
Like-
I've had so many. I'll check my my records on the thing and it'll say missed,
Yeah,
like
it's like,
over and
oh, I
over.
missed checkmate so much.
But for me, it turns into blunder and miss, and
Yeah,
then it just
true.
doubles up,
Yeah.
and then it's like, okay, how did I win this game?
Yeah, because a lot of times I'm so focused on check that I'll blunder a piece checking them. Or I'll have a
Yep.
plan where I'll be like, oh, but I don't calculate for something else coming in and taking,
Nope.
and I'm like, oh, crap, I'm an idiot.
And when you're studying a game that has endless possibilities, literally endless,
Yeah.
endless.
Because you can't really know what they're going to...
No.
Well, you can know the best... That when you get into high level when everybody's good that you're playing,
Yes.
it's like, okay, well, the best move is this.
But at our level, it's like
For us, it's like a Wild West, it feels like.
it's a
like,
Wild West.
This guy could sack his queen for no reason.
I could sack my
including
queen
myself.
and still win somehow. Somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Well, dude, just because... At this level, just because you sack your queen doesn't mean anything.
It's dirty. It is such a.
Like, it obviously sucks, but it's like, you could still win for sure.
And I don't mean this to like be like, oh hey dude, I'm really upset about these guys. You know, I'm not trying to like downplay or disparage the small chess players, but man,
Yeah, because we can keep our queen and you and I lose.
it is a wild
It's the
west.
same thing.
It is a wild west of the dirtiest chess you'll
Yeah,
ever
it is.
see. It is the
kinda funny.
filthiest. And like
It's kind of funny down here in the pits.
in the pits, and then when you're in the pits and then you analyze the game you did, you're like, this is absolutely ridiculous.
You're like, oh, I'm blind.
I'm
I didn't see anything. They didn't see anything.
Not like in a beating up way, but it's like, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I am so bad.
Especially when it's like, oh, I could have had a checkmate so fast, and I didn't think it, and I didn't see it. Especially, like, sometimes when they're harder, it's like, okay,
Filthy chess.
I'm like, whoops, 3-piece checkmate. My bad for not seeing that. But, like, if it's, like, one move, and I'm like, oh, my gosh, I missed a one-move checkmate,
It's
it's like, oh.
very much here's the thing. Here's what got me into chess. Watching YouTubers play chess. My brother watched YouTubers play chess. I was like, you know what? That
Captchas,
looks kind of
Captchas?
again, Mator.
Was it him first?
Yeah, I think he was the first one
Did you
I
ever
watched.
watch Gotham Chess,
Matt?
Matt?
Maybe a little bit, but I think he mostly watched again Mator, and that guy.
Is he an IR?
I wondered if he was. I think he's like at that rank, maybe online. I don't know if he's done over the board. He used to do a lot of over the board chess, which in my honest opinion, in some ways, over the board is just like it's much more intense.
That's why
It's much
what you're
more
saying is
intense.
exactly why people don't ask they don't care about what your online ranking is,
Oh yeah,
because there's a lot of psychological stuff and pressure to playing in person.
oh yes,
Um,
facial expressions, all that stuff.
everything, yeah, everything. Having to zone everything out and focus with distraction.
I am terrible at over the board chess, even worse than online.
Well, yeah, me too.
I'm already terrible enough at online chess, but I am abysmal at over the board chess.
It is fun though.
It is. And
Against someone of your skill, your caliber.
which I
It's like you and I playing. You're
Yeah.
probably a little better than me, but you and I playing.
yeah,
Maybe. I mean,
maybe
well, I don't
these
know.
days we'll see, but it's been so long.
But it would be it's fun because you and I we would at least be like trading win. It wouldn't just be like I'm winning all the time.
Oh yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I played 4-player
That's
chess.
why it's fun when we play Melee in Ultimate too, because it's not like I'm just pounding
No.
you the whole time. It's
No,
like you're also
there are
winning.
some wins too.
So like that's what I'm saying. Having someone you're playing against like that is super fun because I'm not getting destroyed, but I'm also not winning all the time.
Another thing,
winning all the time
no,
is
I agree
great,
with you. Same with it's similar to online where it's just
But
like
once you get past a certain threshold of something in games or whatever, it's not as fun. Like playing against like if I was like you and me playing Tekken together, I'm not that good, but like I played enough and ranked up enough where it's like you probably wouldn't take that many rounds off me.
no, dude. If any,
like
if any, dude.
when I was playing that much. So you do get to a point where there's a threshold where it's like, okay. Because even TJ, who was playing, like, I was just beating him.
Yeah,
over
it's because
and over.
at some point, once you've reached the threshold and put more hours into it, you're gonna be better. I mean, that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. If it's not possible to not be better.
Because I think Melee, you've probably still put more hours as over your lifetime than me.
Because that's basically all I had was for fighting games.
Because I think I've gone through times where I was playing only that for longer.
There were times you literally disappeared from that entirely, and I was
Melee,
sitting
yeah,
there,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
I was sitting there,
especially younger days. Like I would just play it very rarely.
Yeah, and then I was the only one. I was probably the only one playing Smash out of anyone at that time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you've definitely played.
It was like this long chunk of time where I was just fighting level 9 AI over and over again because I didn't have Slippy.
Exactly.
Like, probably could have got it, but
back then.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
It
like
wasn't around for
2015, 2016, maybe.
I think it was later than that.
I have no clue.
But yeah, it's fun.
You got into Pokemon too, though.
Yeah, dude. The thing is, and this is another thing that I think money being involved,
because I remember you did
people think it's a legitimate career path. Like playing games, you didn't have to used to sweat your living balls off.
No, you didn't.
To like have a good time. That's one reason why I was enjoying Fortnite a lot, because there wasn't really SPMM in the regular mode.
No.
So it was like, yes, you'd go against people who were hard, but we had fun because it's like we'd still beat them sometimes because it's like, oh, there's only like one or two of them sometimes.
And then once you get these days, it's like
that's why I got so hooked. That's part of the reason I got so hooked to Fortnite, is because I had a chance to play without and we could kind of goof around.
But then
Call of Duty, even with Verdansk coming out, is like my SPMM kicks in so fast. It's like I'm just against people that I'm having to, like, I can't make a mistake.
No,
and
you
some
can't.
nights I'm just in a flow state. I'm on top of it, and it's not hard. But most nights I'm having to I can't joke around. I can't I have just focused on
it's the design. I feel like that's the way the game was designed in some ways, where it's like that's the point.
I'm only bringing this up because you said you used to be in Pokemon. It's like, yeah, and even getting into Pokemon back then was pretty tough. But getting into it now,
it's impossible.
Is to have all your Pokemon be legitimate, and you spending the time on all of it is what in the world? Who's doing?
No one. Everyone Game Sharked it.
I don't want to just play one thing.
No,
that's just never gonna be who
it's boring.
I am.
It is boringo, my man.
Yeah. So it's
imagine
we
that.
are so with gaming becoming a lot more accessible. On top of money being involved, on top of kids thinking that it's a career path, so they'll put everything into it,
which
even
is
from a young age.
Insane.
It just makes it so. It just makes it so hard to keep up, to pop back on and be like, oh yeah.
Even to just enjoy yourself, it's hard to even play. It's. I mean,
you could take out SBMM and then everything's good.
But that's kind of their.
Hey, how hard is it to put SPMM in ranked and put not SPMM in pubs?
That's their thing, man. They have to. That's
protect the. It's it's not. Well, then you know who that really screws is me. The SPMM screws the middle of the pack guys more than anybody.
It's because
I'm always getting matched against people that I have to sweat my balls off on. Never getting a freebie.
No.
and the scrubs are against other idiots the whole time. Not idiots in real life, just in the game.
Yes,
game, like anybody
and
is when they first start.
That's the thing is, it's like,
And then the high pack complains, but they're playing all day long, so you should be getting against these people.
it's like, dude, you shouldn't be playing pubs. Like if just play pubs, and if you're complaining about how easy it is, then go play ranked. Do one or the other. You don't need to mix them.
I'm saying that the people pubs is literally just. I'm mainly talking Call of Duty because it's what I played the most. There's SPMM so strong, in no ranked and in ranked,
Which is annoying.
and it's in Call of Duty. It's like the worst I've ever seen it in any game.
Yeah, dude, trust me.
I'm not even trying to get on Call of Duty. It's just about the principle of like the person who is good enough to be away from the scrubs, but not good enough to be keeping up with the top. Like sometimes good enough to be. Like, let's say against, like, a top player, I feel like I could win, like, 2 out of 10 on a good day. 3 out of 10. Like, when I'm playing my absolute lights-out best. But that's not fair that I'm against these guys.
No.
When I'm playing not nearly as much.
It's like you're playing against these people who only played this game for probably
That's
years.
what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. It's like, if I'm seeing streamers in my lobbies, sometimes, that's ridiculous. Like, these guys are playing all day, every day.
Yes.
I shouldn't be seeing Mutex in my lobby. Like, it's just not something that I should be seeing.
No, I agree with you.
Like,
I think people need to, they're kind of forgetting what made
get it
gaming
together.
fun.
People would be playing way more if we could get on and just, like, I'm going against hard people sometimes, I'm going against easy people sometimes.
Do you remember when back in the day it was just... Like, I don't think there was even any, like, yes, there's competitive stuff.
There's a reason for it. They protect their casual player base because that's who's playing more. Well, technically not more, but that's who's spending the money. Supposedly that's who's, oh, yeah, I got the battle pass. Like, more, like, that's.
More who they want to protect.
They're very afraid. People, every single game across the board is very afraid of losing their casual audience. Very afraid. Which makes sense. They'll make less money, but
I just find it funny that, like, it feels like at the beginning, none of this stuff was here.
That's what I'm saying.
It was just guys playing games.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Not really caring. Like,
yes.
It's just what it was.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. I think the seriousness of it all, like people making it serious,
like,
or trying to make it serious, or making it serious, or bringing money in, or showing how competitive you can be, or like seeing how good you can get, broadcasting all that was like, oh, now everyone just cares about being really, really good.
Yeah, it's not like anyone's.
So it's like I can't get on with my buddy without him wanting to quit because my lobbies are insane.
Yeah, it's like, dude, that's why. Not only that, the bugginess of games now, like everything has made me just be like, bro, this is not it, man. This is not it. Like, having to deal with it's like, I wish I could just play the game.
Yep.
I wish I could just play the game. I'm not one of those people who wants to sit here for hours grinding. Even when I was younger, the only reason why I played was because it was just there and it was fun and there was nothing there. You just played a game.
Yeah.
You had fun game modes that were obviously not to be taken seriously, like wager matches and crap and all that.
Yeah.
You had all these game modes, and obviously there's still some silly game modes now, like freaking Prop Hunt and COD, which is weird as heck.
It's fun, but yeah, it's silly.
It's weird. It's like it's Roblox now, but or Minecraft, and I think Minecraft easily did prop hunting.
I can't believe how popular Roblox is. It's insane.
Yeah,
but
doesn't make any sense to me.
Like, yeah, I do think I was talking about this with somebody, TJ or Matt or somebody. I was talking about this. I know that you and I talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
It's probably TJ though. No, it may have been like Tyler. It might have been Tyler or something. Somebody. It just really ruined. Not ruined. It's not ruined, but it's like, it's basically impossible to not feel like you're trash, or it's basically impossible to have a bunch of fun and not feel like you're trash.
Yeah, it's like
that's what it is.
It's like all it is just constantly.
You
dying
have to be
over and
trying
over.
pretty heavily to not get destroyed in my lobbies. In Call of Duty these days, fighting games are different because the ranking system feels nice. So it's like, usually I'm going against people where I'm like, oh, okay, like
Yeah, they're on your level.
It feels pretty, which is crazy because it has a much smaller pool of players.
In some ways, I feel like that's better. Just having a smaller pool because, like,
well, my fear is that you're going to go against someone. You're never going to be going against someone who's worse than you ever.
That's true.
Most
that's
of the
true.
time, because there's a smaller pool. But that's not really the case. They just have like I feel like if your algorithm's good with the ranking, like you're right. It's not. Really,
Yeah, it just feels.
I've actually had a better experience with smaller games than
They just feel more polished. I don't know why. Like it just a lot of smaller games I played feel more polished.
In fighting games. Well, I mean smaller player pool.
Like I feel like smaller player pool or even any of that stuff. Like it just feels more. Like we played Pixel Gun 3D a while ago, and it just felt like
that for 7
and
hours.
it felt like an actual. It felt like an actual.
I couldn't believe how fun that was.
It felt like an actual game.
Oh, we just hit an hour. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it felt
you
like
talk.
what I'm saying is it felt like an actual game. You know, it wasn't just a. It felt like it was AIM. You had the kiddies who would buy stuff and you had aiming. That was all you had to deal with.
That was so fun.
The guys who would buy every single thing, you'd be able to outsmart them. And I miss the days when it was just aim, dude. When it was just aim. That's all it
I
was.
see what you mean. Especially with Call of Duty, yeah.
It's like I understand like you got to mix things up all the time. I mean, that's how games are. Things change, yada yada. Grass is green, water's wet. Like
Movement's
certain things.
cool. My thing with Call of Duty is if your whole team's not playing seriously, you lose.
Yeah.
In my lobbies. So
Yeah,
what I'm
it's
saying
like-
is the biggest thing. I was just trying to think of what kills me the most. It's like I usually outgun people. That's not the issue. Like when my aim's on point, I get gunned down by somebody else. It gets much harder to 1v2 because their teammates are on each other's butt.
No, that
and
makes
they're
sense.
playing good. I mean, they're doing a good job. They're playing good teamwork. Whereas us, we're goofing around.
Yeah.
We're like, you can't play that way anymore
No.
when in my lobbies
No.
because you just die. So then it's always like, okay, well, we got to sit together. It's like, yeah, you kind of do. You kind of fully do.
No longer is it like fully about learning the map.
And
or-
when, I don't mean stick together in, like you're in the general vicinity.
No, you
I
have
mean,
to be
you gotta
in the same
on
area.
each other's butts all the time.
It's
I
like
just don't play with people who do that.
Yeah, no, you don't, and that's the
That's
thing.
okay.
It's like it just.
I get it. I don't really want to do it either.
I honestly just gave up. Like I said, I gave up just because I'm just so tired of. I'm just tired of all those things. Like you're talking about the SBMM, the fact that the desync is so bad. Like I was just like, dude, this game is not for me anymore.
This game is trash. Really.
It's just funny that like, how does Pixel Gun have better shooting mechanics?
It did. That was so
than
fun. Too.
COD.
Well, the shooting mechanic, the actual shooting is awesome in Call of Duty.
Yeah, but
Like the gunplay is awesome. It's just the servers suck and the
Like, how is that better?
really the game just
It's
sucks.
an indie game.
Dude, Pixel Gun.
It's
I
a
couldn't
game with
believe
cubes.
How fun that
Man.
was. That was so fun.
No, I agree, but think about that for a
We were
second.
doing the flamethrower.
It was hilarious.
We just like bull rushed it with the flamethrower the whole time.
And then sometimes people would be wise to it. Sometimes, most of the time they wouldn't, but sometimes they would, and that was nice.
I get what you're saying though. It's a game with pixels. I don't
It-
know. It's
it-
not. It's because a game doesn't have to be AAA to be fun.
It just doesn't make sense to me because it's like, dude, you're at the peak of this industry for shooters.
It's not even, this is where like games don't have a fun factor anymore to an extent. That's
Yeah.
why we go back to older ones all the time.
It's-
That's why.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
I'm gonna
just-
play or Melee.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna play like
Whatever it could be. I mean,
OG Fortnite, like things that are like older because things got worse.
I played Spider-Man 3.
It's not it's
That
not
game's
nostalgia. It's not just nostalgia. Like things don't have the it factor.
No.
Especially AAA stuff.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, freaking...
Like we aren't getting games like League coming out anymore. Like
No.
we got Battle Royale. Love the genre for a while. It's in the dirt at this point.
It's basically...
For me, it's like, dude, I've played it more than anything in my life, literally, and I'm done.
It's the same
Not done,
thing
but-
over and over. It's like obviously with every game. It's the
I'll
same
never
thing
be as
over and
into
over.
it as I was.
But it's
And I
like,
thought Verdansk was going to make me suck back into Warzone.
I was kind of expecting it
and
too.
it has not.
I thought you'd get sucked in.
It's
but
cool playing on it again, but I do not care. Especially when I'm like, I can't even goof around without getting rammed in my cheeks.
I'm starting to feel like, is this the end of an era for like COD? Is this the end?
I don't
like
know. I don't think it's the end.
like the end of an era?
People love multiplayer.
like the end.
I'm also kind of
for-
annoyed that I got to pay $70 every year to play. Actually, sometimes twice a year.
Yeah, that's
to
what's
play
weird.
multiplayer where it's barely different. I just don't care.
Seriously, the only
I don't even. I know I've said this a million times, but I don't see myself getting the new one unless I just so happen to
I
have Games
agree.
Pass and it's free on it. at
I'm
that
not
time.
gonna lie, man. The only reason why I played this is because of zombies. That's the most hilarious part. Because zombies finally, the people who made that mode finally got their heads out of their backsides
Yeah.
and made it good.
Yeah.
For once, it took. I'm not joking. From, in my opinion, like 2018 all the way to now.
Dude, it's like I was having fun with. Yeah, sorry.
It's
Yeah.
embarrassing.
I was having fun with PUBG because there was an aim assist.
Yes.
Where it's like, there's so much luck bullcrap involved with aim assist where you'll just get. Happens all the time in Gulag right now. You get lucky. People get headshots on me constantly while I'm running around. Like, it's. And then you watch the kill cam back and you're like you just zoomed in once by sheer chance, locked in on my head.
Yeah, I
like-
know.
PUBG, that never happens.
No. Not at all.
Anyway, we're at an hour, but
Yeah.
that was a fun. We
Yeah,
had
I
no
agree.
plan for that.
Nope.
We
It's
just
just,
continued our conversation we were having off podcast on podcast.
and I say this a lot, but this time there's literally nothing to edit except a couple things. This is the
Yeah.
one time. This is the
good.
one time where there's basically nothing to hold out. Nothing.
Yep.
It's weird.
Well, God bless people.
God bless.
See you next week.
Yep.